Shout out to my HaWah. I said shout out to my HaWah. I gotta kick off the 63rd installment of the Prester John investigation. Shouting out my HaWahs, man. HaWah. For our sisters, the strength our sisters have brought to our tribe from, time immemorial, my naga. From forever, my naga. From forever, my naga. From forever, my naga. The Black Jewish Queen of Sheba. You probably didn't learn about in Hebrew school. Well, let's go, man. This is the wave, my naga. We've been surfing the wave. Let go. Adorned with ornaments of seduction, Lilith. Uh-oh. How do we get from Sheba to Lilith? Now remember, they always demonize us or deify us. I mean, that's the rule. They're going to demonize us or deify us. Remember, Leviathan is sometimes called Satan to these crazy people, right? So this is the crazy story, right? This is the cover story that we need to look deeper into Lilith. And my Naga's been saying it for a long time. Shout out to Drop Nation. HaWah Thai Battle been dropping this drop, man. Let's go. So they say Lilith, half woman, half demon, right? Or are they just referring to her and her dragons? Are they referring to her and her ability to control the elements? Oh, lurks under doorways waiting to seduce me. I mean, come on. Hey, if you ain't learned the Mary Magdalene lesson yet, in that JC story, in that New Test, how they made Mary Magdalene this super harlot, right? But really, there seemed to be more to it, even in the fictionalized version of things. What is all this based on? We got Moses' sister Miriam. We got Queen Tamar's and Lady Hannah's, my naga. And yeah, we got Queen Sheba rocking that Torah, right? That Star of David, right? So, which is really just a Merkaba, really just a, platonic solid, my naga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay. So what does Sheba have to do with Lilith? We raised this question last time. Let's connect it. So I'll just read it. Lilith, half woman, half demoness of the night, lurks in the doorways waiting to seduce men. A salacious figure in Jewish folklore. Her story as Adam's first wife before Eve, right? So a lot of us, because this is what they give us, we're thinking that we're popping off out of this Adam, Eve, all right? Then there's Seth, because Cain killed Abel, so bye Abel. And then now you got only the seed of Cain, and then you got the seed of Seth later on. And we read last time that, according to some legend, Adam didn't have Seth with Eve until what? After he was 130 years old, something like that. So before that, he was kicking it with his first wife. And they were popping off baby dragons, but they call them demons, right? They call them demons. So what happened to all these children and heritages? You know what I'm saying? What happened to all the seeds of Adam and Sheba? Right? The dragon queen, or what they call the demon queen. They call her a demoness. But they're always calling your dragons demons, man. This is an investigation for a reason. We're going to be digging on Utah. which is Udal, meaning high, lofty. Talking high trees, my naga, high trees. Leviathan, right? Yeah, I'm popping off with my Sheila Jet tea, man. Hey, get like me, you know what I mean? Trying a different company for the resin called Lotus Bloomberg Herbs, man. So, you might want to check it out. Lotus Bloomberg Herbs, authentic Sheila Jet. And yeah, they call this Sheila Jet the destroyer of weakness and conqueror of mountains, my nog. We talking high, right? Lofty, Judah means high. Leviathan, which is HaWah's dragon in the book of Job. But Leviathan is sometimes regarded as a form of Satan. Where? You never hear Leviathan called Satan unless we're talking about, Revelations and the red dragon in Revelations, right? So how does Leviathan go from being HaWah's pet dragon to a form of Satan? Well, you got to know that Satan is an adversary. Etymology. Yeah, man. In Hebrew, Satan means adversary, the one who plots against another to show enmity, oppose. So was Leviathan opposing those hijacks? Is that why he's regarded as a form of Satan? Did Leviathan plot against those hijacks? Did Leviathan, one who opposes, obstructs? Did Leviathan obstruct these hijacks? Was he an adversary? Did Leviathan sink Atlantis, my noggin? Oh, they say it was just a huge earthquake. Why is he called Satan? Huh? Oh, poor Leviathan. Sacrificed. Psalm 74. He was sacrificed for meat for the children in the righteousness. You know what that makes that? That makes that the manna, my noggin, because the children ate manna in the wilderness. We're just surfing the wave. I mean, how do you go from being a righteous sacrifice? Right now we got a new sacrifice, right? We got a whole new sacrifice. But see, before you had this new sacrifice, my noggin, before you had this sacrifice of this jabroni being hung on a tree, right? Leviathan was sacrificed. And this is all getting a little clearer to us, my noggin. Let's see, let's hit up, where we at? Let's go to Psalm 74. Because right here, man, we cashing in receipts, my noggin. We showing receipts, man. This receipt, you know what I mean? If you ain't got no receipts, man, don't even open your mouth, bone, my noggin. You know what I mean? If you ain't got at least 60 installments, man, to back up what you're saying, don't even, you know what I mean? Don't even come around Drop Nation with all that, my noggin, because that's just being disrespectful at this point. At this point, that's being disrespectful. Just leave these noggins alone and let us pop off, because anything else is uncivilized, my noggin. And it's uncivilized to call beautiful Leviathan a form of Satan, man. HaWah's dragon? They say he's a crooked serpent. Why? Because he's winding and turning and twisting. He's now coiling, right? The dragon is coiling. Oh, he's a crooked serpent. Because he's twisting? That doesn't mean there's a bad personality. It means he's twisting, man. He's bending, twisting. HaWah. Levi, ain't there a tribe called Levi? Don't Levi, refer to the priesthood, my noggin? We just talking dragon. Or Or are we talking Satan? I think that's uncivilized, man. To call Leviathan Satan, man. I mean, when he was sacrificed for the righteous, you think HaWah would sacrifice Satan for the righteous to eat as meat? Let's go. Psalm 74, verse 13. Thou did break the sea in pieces by your strength. Thou did shatter the head. So in Revelation, you got a 7-headed dragon. Leviathan also has multiple heads. My naga. You see the reflection, typology. Let's go, Yosef. Pop it off. You did shatter the heads of the sea monsters in the water. Thou did crush the heads of Leviathan. How many heads does Leviathan have? 7. Thou gave him to be food to the folk inhabiting the wilderness, my naga. Body bag for the illusion. Oh, but I thought the children were eating that manna falling from the sky. Yeah, you're talking Leviathan, my naga. Food to the folk is food to the righteous. Other translations say righteous or pious. Okay. So Leviathan, what? Leviathan with the heads was given as food to my nagas in the wilderness, huh? Leviathan was given as food. Leviathan, food. Leviathan, food, wilderness. Leviathan, food, wilderness. And we saw this other translation, man, that said Leviathan was thrown to the sharks for food, man. I mean, whoa. They done twisted that up. They didn't took the folk inhabiting the wilderness and turned you into sharks, sharks in the water. He was thrown to the sharks in the water. They are now hiding the fact that Leviathan is food to the righteous in the wilderness. Or are we just talking about that manna, my naga? Electric Leviathan, huh? How did Leviathan go from being food for the righteous, a righteous sacrifice? Because remember, he has fins and scales. In the sacred text, it talks about his fins and scales. So he's according to Levi, Levitical law. Leviathan is Levitical. According to Leviticus, and according to Psalm 74, he is the meat or the food for my nagas in the wilderness. How do you go from being a righteous sacrifice of food, my naga? How do you go from being a righteous sacrifice, Leviathan, to my nagas in the wilderness? My naga, how do you go from that to a form of Satan? Probably, you know, the same way our beautiful sister here, our beautiful copper color, priest con sister. Probably the same way she goes to being, Adam's wife to some half demoness. They say her name literally just means monster of the night and all this stuff. Now she's a form of Satan too. Lilith is a form of Satan, and the big homie Leviathan is a form of Satan. But Leviathan used to be food for the righteous inhabiting the wilderness. Old Levi now gets turned into a form of Satan, the same way our HaWah gets turned into a demon, waiting to seduce men, just having sex all over the place, just like Mary Magdalene. But she didn't want to have a mission there. She wanted to do it a certain way, so then she left. Like, come on, man. This is just an abomination, man. If she were the only biblical Jewess or Hebrew, omitted from the biblical lessons that, yeah, you knew. But then I discovered my curriculum completely glossed over Asherah. All right, let's go. A Canaanite fertility goddess represented by the living tree. Anak, you know, we just on an investigation. But don't you know, and didn't you know, when you talk Christmas time, you're dealing with an Asherah pole, right? That they're now representing as a goddess that represents a living tree, my noggin. And I told you that they are deifying your actual ancestors. Could there be a connection in this deification of Lilith or Queen Sheba even amongst the Jews or the Hebrews? And does it have anything to do with Asherah? Could that be their deification, right? That's when you're going off, putting powers before your power. People started worshiping Moses. People started worshiping, Joshua, right? They still are worshiping a reflection of Joshua, HaWah today, right? Were people worshiping Sheba, right? We touched on the Sheba-Shiva connection. I'm about to open up that book again. We're about to go back into the beautiful fireplace, my noggin. And we're going to read some more of India Once Ruled the Americas by Jean D. Matlock. But first, my noggin, let's talk about the sisters. And we're going, oh, man, we popping off, man. Hey, this is a victory lap, my noggin. This is a victory lap, my noggin. Asherah, tree. We're going to get back on that tree language, that Ogam. Let's go. Let's go. And now I'm reckoning with my rotten cherry on top. All right. Failure to teach me about the Queen of Sheba. All right, let's go. So what we know, from what they have put out, right, that this King Solomon and Sheba connection, and then there's this Menelik the third, or, Menelik connection, with their son, who's now in Ethiopia, right? So when we start connecting things to the old world, India superior, right? We start getting an orientation, and we start, really seeing, okay, where's Ethiopia? Where's India? Where's India superior? So when they make these connections to India, we know that they're really low key validating everything we're saying. We just have to flip it and put things in the right place, right? We gotta put the puzzle pieces together. We see that the British Museum has a map in the 1500s of the same area, India Superior. You see Prester John. This is right over the four corners. We're gonna talk Hohokam and the Old Han. We're gonna connect all these areas because the Grand Canyon plays more than ever, man. Because you're really just talking vortexes, but we'll get it. Fall back. Let's stay focused on the queen, right? All right, so she came to Solomon. You know the story in the script. She started asking a bunch of riddles, which is very interesting because, dragons love riddles. We hear that dragons love riddles, man. But let's go, because they're calling her a demon, saying she had all these demons. But were we just talking about Queen Khalifa and her dragons, or Queen Sheba and her dragons? And when she's being called the goddess of destruction, is Queen Sheba, destroying all these hijacks with her dragons? And they're calling her a demon god, a demon goddess, because she has these dragons under her command. Does Lilith command the dragons, mana? Let's go. AKA the Queen of Sheba, abundant in silver and gold, the queendom in the east. Historians now consider this to be possibly Ethiopia or Egypt. So they don't know, right? We got a big possibly. King Solomon, the super rich and wise king who succeeded his father, King David. This is where you got to bring it back to King David, who was also called Solomon, because Solomon is a title that also referred to David, but David is also a title. So put it all together, man. We quenched with water that flowed from the Garden of Eden. So they call her a sun-worshiping woman. They call her a demon. They call her all these things, right? We can't put her on trial. We don't know. We don't want to bear false witness against the HaWah now, do we? But what does she got to do with Queen Khalifa? Wow, man, I'm Sheila Jit to quit, man. I'm Sheila Jit to quit. What does their whole Cali have to do with it? I mean, I think we need a whole series on my Aqua Queen Khalifa, don't you? What does she have to do with Queen Khalifa? And doesn't this start to resemble, what they started making as depictions of Shiva, right? It starts to be like all crazy, and then she got the animals and crazy looking animals, and now she's looking more and more like some crazy goddess of destruction, right? But in reality, she's just kicking back, chilling with her dragons, right? I mean, is it play? Peace to my queens. I mean, look at her beautiful locks. Anaga, this ain't no play. We're talking about Queen Khalifa or or Queen Sheba or Anaga. We talking Lilith, but Lilith is a title that literally is a derogatory title for like demon monster lady. You know what I'm saying? So her name ain't Lilith. They're calling her Lilith. We're gonna get to some of that breakdown. What's her connection with Asherah? What are they worshiping? What are they deifying? What's being passed down? You know, you got to put together, you know what I'm saying, these steps that have led to us being where we're at right now. A figure first mentioned in the book of Kings. There are many varying stories out there about just who the Queen of Sheba was and the role that she played in ancient Judaism, retold with slight variations in Chronicles 2. Supplemental lore in the Targum. We're going to get, some more of that Targum, because the Targum connects her directly with Lilith. Sheba with Lilith directly, all right? A second elaboration of the book of Esther. So this Targum Sheni is a second elaboration of the book of Esther. The Legend of the Jews, a fascinating compilation of Agadah, Jewish scripture that doesn't deal with laws, also called Haggadah. Remember that Haggadah is the Agadah alphabet of Ben Sura, okay? An anonymous medieval text, Antiquity of the Jews, historical account of the Israelites written by Jewish historian Flavius Josephus. There's a lot of information out there about the elusive Queen Sheba. All right, so we got a piece of that. Let's go. All right, Solomon invites the Queen of Sheba to Jerusalem for a play date, warning that if she doesn't come, he'd order demons to throttle you in your bed at night. Having heard of Solomon's God-given gifts, wisdom and discernment in great measure, with understanding as vast as the sands of the seashore. Kings 1, or 1 Kings verse 5. The black queen agreed. Come on, man, my copper color, Con S, man. But not because of his threats, but because she wanted to see for herself if the rumors were true. So Sheba strolls. So it's almost like, they're trying to say, he said, hey, man, come over here for I sent my dragons, man, to come holler at you. She said, man, let me just go check you out, man. And Sheba strolls into town with every ship in the sea, mounds of gold, okay, 6,000 men and women of the exact same height, born at the same time, to test the rumor that Sheba had devilish goat legs. Solomon welcomes. So they're saying, all right, now where did this come from, right? Because don't they say Lilith had the feet of whatever, you know what I'm saying? So again, Sheba, Lilith. Solomon welcomes her in the house of mirrors to trick her into revealing the truth, which she does. While her legs are human, they are just as hairy as the Jewish kings. So the beauty is the beauty of a woman, but your hair is masculine. Hair is an ornament to a man, but it disfigures a woman. The legend of the Jews records Solomon, who apparently has no effing manners. Without batting an eye, Sheba asked Solomon a series of riddles about gender in the Torah. So, you get, pieces of that in the script as well. She's asking him a bunch of questions. Now, they say that to Sheba's delight, the king passes the test. The queen is fully turned on, and after shaving her legs, all right, man, they over here on that play. Solomon gives her everything she wanted and asked for. Contemporary scholars argue that under Sheba's explicit direction, Solomon, oh my gosh, man. So, man, you trying to get the drop, and they just putting stuff like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Knocked her up, da 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 da. You know what I mean? You over here searching for an honest investigation, and come on, I mean, why put that in there while you're putting stuff, on the Zohar and the Kabbalah and this? Why let them insert stuff like this, man? You know what I'm saying? I can't even repeat this stuff. That has to be a conspiracy, man, just to throw you off so that you can say, oh, man, forget this, man. Meanwhile, you still got all this drop. Man. Now, he says, but Solomon or Sheba is a woman who compromises for no man, even Solomon the wise, and refuses to give up her reign in the south and returns to her desert paradise. Now it says their son Nebuchadnezzar eventually became the king of Babylon and destroys his papa's legacy, Solomon's temple. You ever hear Nebuchadnezzar referred to as their son? That's different, right? That's what I mean. That's a whole nother breadcrumb right there. In Ethiopia, the Queen of Sheba is hailed as the mother of the land's first king. All right, so now you got to be able to separate the two Shebas, because you have Bathsheba, David's wife, you know what I mean, who they have Solomon, right? So we got the mother of Solomon, and we have a Sheba who's Solomon's wife. They say as the mother of the land's first king, and despite being rejected by sages, Jewish culture has absorbed the myth, the legend, the also elusive black Jewish queen of the South. Why? As it means to patriarchal dominance. In Kabbalah and Zohar, Sheba isn't identified as a queen of a prosperous land, but as Lilith. Uh-oh. So this is what I wanted. That's why we dodge all the other hijack. For real. I mean, you really got to dodge your own damn hijack. So according to the Kabbalah and the Zohar, Sheba is identified as Lilith, the queen of the demons. The queen of the demons. They say, well, what does she have to do with Queen Khalifa? Would they call her the queen of the demons? Would they call her the queen of the demons? You know what I'm saying? Would they call her the half demon queen? You know what I mean? You know, these are the things we're putting together in real time, man. That's why we stay in battle time, man. That's why we stay battled up, my nut. So, I mean, we're having an unbiased investigation here, and I gotta ask you, man. I gotta ask you, what's the implications of this, man? I mean, if, according to the Zohar, Sheba is Lilith, and Lilith, my naga, right? Let's go back. Is Adam's first wife before Eve, who's banished to a life as a baby snatching demon. Okay. You see where I mean, look, this is where we at in this investigation. This is Prester John number 63. We're popping off for the Queens, for the HaWah. Check it, man, because that's the other part of the story that's going to give us that 360. I mean, all right, we need all it. We need all of the drops. So if Lilith is Queen Sheba, who is Adam's first wife before Eve, what would that make Solomon? Adam? All right, so either Adam or David, right? All right, either David / Solomon is Adam. I know that sounds crazy, but you're just talking about, you know, you're talking about time periods, you know, that are being looped in a sense. Love to the Templar, who has a great breakdown on chronology, you know what I'm saying? And when you connect David and Moshe, and this is for my advanced wave surfers, you know, we have a lot of correlation between David and Moses, you know what I'm saying? But both of their stories were torn apart. You're putting them back together. You didn't really know that David was a priest and king, right? You didn't really know that Moses was a king, and according to the book of Jasher, king of Cush for 40 years. You didn't know he was a king of Cush or Cash, but we'll get to that. We'll get back into the Asher drop. Yeah, we'll get back in the Asher drop, you know. Because in the genealogy of Shem, you have Asher, who is also called Cash or Cush. So you have two Cushes you got to choose. You have a Cush or Cash under Shem. You have two Canaans, man. You got a Canaan under the Ham situation, my naga, and you have a Canaan. I mean, we're just surfing the wave, man. Because we're going to get back in the Anion. I mean, we're going to take our time with this, man. We're going to take our time. So you have a Canaan, and then you have a Canaan. Where's my genie? Here we go. You remember this, my wave surfers? Exilarch, David, Sauceland got so much drop. So much drop. Because we're talking Babylon, right? You're talking Nebuchadnezzar. We're going to be talking Persia, all this Persians, Iranian, Iran, Anan is going to keep playing in these Iranian, Anion situation. We're going to get to this, but right now, just focus on the fact that this Exilarch David, who is Raja Heraja II, Emperor of Soli, or Prester John, has a wife, Lady Hannah. They have a son. His son is Solomon, right? So this David, you know, this is the time period that's being reflected, my naga. All right, so a lot of our original OG information, OG, you you know what I'm saying, reality, history is happening right here. So David, all right, he's the father of Hasdai the sixth. All right, so Hasdai is a whole nother situation because you have a biblical Hasdai or Hisdai as well. All right, so this David Soslan is the son of Prester John. Now, let me get this right. Let me get this straight. He's the son of Raja Hiraja, Emperor Soli Prester John. All right, he's the brother of a Saliman and a Hanan or a Hanan. Right, pay attention to this Hanan. This Hanan, who is the brother of David, who's the son of Prester John, right? So these are all titles. Priest, King, Prester John, David, all these are titles. Just know that he's the son of Prester John. King David or Solomon are all Presters, right? But let's focus on David, right? So he's the son of Prester John. Prester John also has a son, David, who's David Soslan. Might have been the one that got killed by Genghis Khan, all right? Now, Hanan, who is the son of Prester John, I mean, I'm just pulling some interesting parallels. According to this Eliyahu project, pull up all these links. We're going to get into this. The description of Calabar and the lands before one reaches Calabar lead me to believe that there must be lands southeast of Yemen that have now sunken under the sea that were ruled over by a prince or King Solomon and his brother Prince Canaan in the late 12th century. Managa. That's exactly where we're at right now. We're in 1222. And yes, Hanan has a brother, Solomon the First. So we're speaking about the exact same thing being validated in two different places at once. But pay attention. Hanan, there's no C here, right? But when you look at it over here, they spell it with a Chanan. So will the real Canaan or Canaan stand up? Will the real Ania stand up? Because if he's rule overing this area, Managa, as a prince or King Solomon, anything to do with Solomon the Builder, Sylvanus to Texas, Forbidden Histories. And did you know Solomon has a brother, Canaan, who's the son of Prester John, also known as Hanan, or say it with me, Anan, Ania. So what does Anan have to do with Ania? We gonna get it. My man, cause we still talking Ania, man. Ain't nothing changed, man. We just still talking Ania. Y'all remember that beautiful Ania flow? Oh yeah, we getting we definitely getting wavy on this one, man. I don't think I've been more excited, to surf the wave than right now. You know what I'm saying, with my knock. It's like it just really feel like it's all happening, man. It just really feel like it's all happening, man. Oh, we got Quivera. Oh, we got Ania or Anan or Hanan or Kanan. Don't they keep saying they found us in the land of Canaan, the land of Canaan? But we've been brainwashed to think that Canaan is only referring to one person from one tribe, some Hamite, and da 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 da. Could you be in the land of Canaan, in the land of Amari, which is Canaan or Hanan or Anian? Or are we just talking Anan ben David? Anian kingdom. They call it a mythical kingdom, right? On your map, noted in the northwest, reflecting more of the stories told by the conquistadors of gold, my naga. Say it with me. Cities of gold. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we about to get back in our cities of gold, which means one thing. That it's a victory lap, my naga. We made it back. We made it back, my naga. If we surf it, if we enjoy the cities of gold, we done did some things to get back, man. Now look how close South America is to Antarctica, right? Don't even trip. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Anian, Quivera, these are cities of rich gold and lordly rulers. Who's ruling these cities, man? Oh, ruled over by Prince or King Solomon and his brother Canaan. Well, he's the son of Prester John. Is that why? Is that why we see Prester John right here over the same area? So if Prester John has a son named Anan or Canaan or Canaan, and they keep saying you're a Canaanite or a Canaanite, could you be related to the bloodline of Anan or Canaan, who is the son of David, the son of Prester? It got nothing to do with Hamites at all. We're just talking Canaan. I mean, we're just talking Hanan. We're just talking Anan, son of Prester John, Raja Hiraja Chola, Exilarch David Managa. Okay, okay. Anan Managa. Ania, founder of Anania. Huh? Kara. Remember Prester John and the Kara Katai? His tribe is the Kara Katai. Kara means black, they say in Turkic, or melanated, or copper. Remember that Kepper, copper, drop? Eber, Keber, Kavaria. Yeah, my nigga. Quavaria. You know what I'm saying? These are the cities of gold. And what is Anaya and Nanaya, who was Anan ben David? Right. I said Anan ben David. So, we're going to get back in it, dig on these exalogs, but I just need you to understand me, man, when we talk, the languages. I mean, they got a whole Anion language situation. They got an Anion race situation, man. I'm going to touch on, they got man, Managa, they got an Ania, a region which lies to the east of the world, right? Where's the east? Inhabited mostly by people of the Anion race. They got an Anion race, Managa. Oh, but it's a popular hangout for demons? Oh, look, man. We got demons over here, y'all. We got demons, y'all. We got half demonesses, y'all. We got half demonesses, man. Yep. Yep. So who's a Canaanite? Who's a Canaanite? Managa, who's the Khan? Who's the Khan of Antioch? And another thing that plays heavy, is the vortex wormhole ley line, also known as dragon lines, or let them tell it. They would say, demon lines. These are just demon lines. Vortexes, chakras of the earth. The magic, right? The magic of these lines that they build all their, you know, uh, ancient monuments and whatnot, right? But check out this Anion Regnum, right? Look at this vortex popping off over here, man. Right here, right? Right where Prester John is at, right? And why is this an important vortex for him to hold down? Why is this an important vortex, my naga? Now they say the spine or the root, right? Why must Prester John hold down the root of the earth body? That's another question for another time. But it's very important. Now you got Peru in another spot. And on and on and on we go. We connect the main energy centers. We got a great male dragon and a great female dragon. Or, or are we just talking demon? Dragon or demon. Remember Leviathan, sometimes a form of Satan. But let's get a little bit more of this Lilith, man, and just have some good times, man. This is a victory lap, enjoying the flow. So yeah, I'm asking a question, man. Like, either if Lilith, all right, if Lilith is Sheba, according to the Kabbalah and the Zohar, Sheba isn't identified as a queen of a prosperous land, but as Lilith. So they took the Zohar and the Kabbalah, these Jewish, wannabe magi's, right? They took her prosperity away. They took her dominion away. They made her this evil. They took her out the Bible damn near completely, my not. You know what I'm saying? You got to find the breadcrumbs to see, there's two creations in Genesis 1 and 2. You know what I mean? You got this rib situation. You know what I mean? But Lilith wasn't from the rib, my naga. She was from the same stuff as Adam, man. Just popping off like Adam, right? Why was she removed from the store and you was, taking down another path? Author Eli, well, before I go there, man, look. So if she is Adam's wife, what does that make Solomon, or what does that make Prester John? A form of Adam? All right, well, let's reverse it another way. If she is Adam's wife, if Lilith is Adam's wife, let's see. Because it gives you a lot to think about. It gives you a whole lot to put on the table, man. If Lilith is the wife of Adam, not only do we say, okay, well, who is Adam? But you almost got to think of the story like, did Lilith go away? Or did Queen Khalifa or Queen Sheba, go establish her situation, right? She leaves Adam. She pops off her, situation, right? So she has a whole island and her whole situation where she got her female warriors, she got male warriors, she got dragons, she got the vortexes. She got a whole situation. I don't think she was ever against the creator. I haven't really read that she was just blatantly against the creator, other than people trying to say she was eating babies and going crazy. So, I mean, if she was Adam's first wife, did she come back around, what I'm saying, when somebody was of that essence, keeping the code and of the same code and, get remarried? Did Before Sheba came and said what's up to Solomon, was she first married to Adam? Was she around for that long? Yeah, I'm asking for the non-biased investigators out there. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to dig on it. Could that mean that she said, all right, Adam, I'm out? They popped off, they had children, all that. And then, Solomon is hearing about her, and then she comes and checks him out, and then she gets remarried to Solomon. Or David, because there's a Bathsheba too, right? So Solomon's mother. So which one do you think you're leaning on? That she, you know, that she is just like Prester John, man. That she got the fountain. Man, if Prester John got the fountain of youth, you best believe this sister here got the fountain of youth. If Prester John got the fountain of youth, you best believe this sister here got the drop on the fountain, my nigga. Hashtag facts. So she could have been around since the days of Adam, since creation, my nigga. She could have been created, at the same time Adam was created. And she is who California is named after, because you're just talking about a vortex, my nigga. And this whole land of Prester John, and, all this was connected in, again, guarding that same situation, that root chakra, connected to the Bering Strait, or the Strait of Antioch. So did she come back and, pop off again, you know what I'm saying, for Solomon, my nigga? Or are we talking about, this type of flow that's, in a sense repeating or looping, you know what I mean? That, from David to David, like the Bro Templar said, man, from David to David. And Moses is a David, and David is a Moses. They're both fighting giants, my nigga. They both were cast away as youngins, hunted down, become priest kings. There's a lot of similarities between David and Moshe when you really link the stories. And it's almost like Prester John is the connection. It's the merging of these two stories, the David story and the Moses story. You get all that in the Prester John investigation. All that, the magi, the magic, the this, that, all of it. Prester John got all the drop Moses had. Prester John got all the drop David had. So do they merge into one person as we start really digging and seeking the priest and king, my nine? That's all we are getting to. Because we remember why we started popping off. Why do we pop off? The children of Israel, who have sat many days without a king, prince, my nigga, right? Sacrifice, all these things, because it's no point in sacrificing if can't nothing save you, right? Deuteronomy 28. Let's go. But then after the children of Israel return, first thing you do is you seek HaWah, your power. Then you seek David, your king, your Khan. And you are humbled, man, because you're like, is this all popping off right here? Are we just talking ley lines and vortexes? Queen Khalifa holding it down? Where does that connect to? Where do these wormholes connect to? We just bouncing around the chakra points? Can we hit the the wormhole into the vortex, into the chakras, my naga? Oh, the third eye got no fixed location. Where would that be? Where would that be? We just putting it together, man. So yeah, we popping off for the queen. We're connecting a few things, asking a couple questions. You know, she's good at asking questions. You know, we're just talking riddles, the riddlers. And we had another link over here. You know, just digging on this connection with Lilith and Sheba. Before we get really into this anion and quivera connection. So first, let's get it from here. Jewish texts demonize the queen of the desert by rejecting her humanity and characterizing her as a supernatural succubus who knows how to manipulate men with her feminine wiles. Right? Same thing with Mary Magdalene, right? So Nebuchadnezzar eventually destroys the Jerusalem temple to avenge his mother. Wow. Now this is different, right? This Nebuchadnezzar situation, man, because you know, does Nebuchadnezzar have a gripe? I mean, if the story's going as it's being told that Lilith or Sheba, you know, has been, you know, banned or something, you know what I mean? Now it says that Solomon and Sheba in Kabbalah, right? Lilith is Sheba. Solomon begs for his Jewish black queens to stay in Jerusalem, but Sheba is a woman who compromises for no man, even Solomon the wise, and refuses to give up her reign in the south and returns to her desert paradise. Their son Nebuchadnezzar. Is there any truth that Sheba and Solomon had a son named Nebuchadnezzar? Now we're talking about the Babylonian captivity, and I just got to go back to this Hanan, because here's Solomon, the brother of Hanan or Anion or Anan. Is this time period what we're talking about? They say about 1100s. I mean, how do we know what's happening in America per se around the 1100s? But you know, could it be 700s? You know, Solomon the Builder. You know what I mean? Or are we talking about this Solomon who is the son of Prester John? You know, they said before, or his brother before 1300. So anytime before the 1300s, 1200s, 1100s, you got this Solomon. Now, did this Solomon and Sheba have a son, Nebuchadnezzar? Now, if you click on Solomon, again, we're just talking Babylonian captivity, Babylonian exilars. All right, we start getting into this Telemaz business, which is going to lead it back to the high Amazon queen. Now it says wow, my naga. I'm just surfing away with you. We just getting started, my naga. All right, so this Solomon, who's also the son of Prester John, right? Because we just learned over here, you know, I mean, we're surfing away, even though they're trying to hijack it. we staying strong in this text. That's Solomon and Sheba or Lilith, Adam's first wife. All right. Did she take a few dips in the fountain, my noggin, come back and become Solomon's wife? So Solomon would be her second husband, if that's, you know, we're just surfing away. Because she's from paradise, right? Eden, let's go. Did they have a son called Nebuchadnezzar? And did Nebuchadnezzar, you know what I'm saying, have a situation with Daniel and all that, you know what I mean, which is King David's son, Kiliab. So we got a David's son, Daniel, who got jammed up by Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar also jams up this whole Jerusalem situation, they say, as revenge for his mama, who is Sheba or Lilith. I mean, how much do we know in the Bible about Nebuchadnezzar and who his mama really is? Eventually became the king of Babylon, right? Destroyed Solomon's temple. And now they say Nebuchadnezzar eventually destroys Jerusalem to avenge his mama, underscoring Sheba's likeness to Lilith. They say the baby snatcher. Man, come on, man. So we got a Sheba connection with Lilith. Man, is Nebuchadnezzar Lilith's boy with Solomon? You remember Solomon in the script had like, what, 300 wives? 700 wives? He had more than David, right? So is one of his children, could it, it's a good chance. You know what I mean? And that brings a no more likeness because Nebuchadnezzar is now getting get back on Jerusalem, right? You got Daniel who's getting jammed up, who's the son of David. The son of David. We got that, right? So we out of here now, man. Now, take all that. Let's go back here. Genie.com. Genealogy, right? Solomon the Wise, right? Is a Solomon, Jewish king of Talmus. What does it mean? Let's go. Son of Prester John and Lady Hannah. See, these Lady Hannahs are also connected to the high Amazon queens that's holding down Antarctica before the ice. South America, Africa, everywhere. All the Indians now. Whose is his wife? Because they just said that Solomon and Sheba or Lilith have Nebuchadnezzar. Well, who's the wife of Solomon? Husband of Labana Lembu, queen of Rubati, Ghani, and Mani. Oh, wow. So if we're surfing the wave, then this would be Sheba, Queen, Khalifa. I mean, what does that got to do with the high Amazon queens, you say? Back to the Eliyahu project. We got to bring all these sources to put the puzzle pieces together. We're going to get back on this Ophir Manog and Solomon and the Swan Knights. But let's stay focused. I mean, we're talking about the high Amazon queens. Remember this high Amazon queen list? Queen Sheba's people, right? Khalifa's people, right? We're going to get back on the Conkas. Oh, how they talk about Thebes in ancient, Greek and all that. Thebes. Well, Thebes is Sheba. Sheba is Thebes. Kanka is also Ganja. Like the Ganja River is the Kanka. Kanka is the Ganja, according to this breakdown, man. On the banks of Thebes or the Sheba River. Uh-oh. A waterway that led into shallow inland sea in central Australia. Stop. Stop. Because we know Australia. The original Australia is Antarctica. So we're just talking Antarctica. And like I said, There's a time before the ice when you dig on Antarctica, man. I said, why is South America so close? Why is it touching Antarctica? I mean, what would South America have to do with Antarctica? Well, it's code word Australius. Australius, man. So South America connects to Antarctica. Remember the Terra Sancta drop, right? So yeah, no ice. So when I talk about the high Amazon queens rocking in Australia, this is what you got to picture. Look at all this mapped out area. Look at these niggas popping off, blowing the trumpets, man. You dig? Antarctica just got froze over. This map's from the 1500s. 1500s. And it has everything to do with this Brazil, man. Look like some dragon drop. You know, just imagine just coming in on a boat and just going all the way through South America, just like that, huh? Again, touching Antarctica. It said Pantagonius, like the Pantagonian fish, or they call sea bass. You know, they call all this the point of no return, right? Now you got ice, right? But all this is no ice on any of these maps of Antarctica. This is Antarctica, no ice, Manag. All right. This is another one, the Joan Martinez 1587. Oh, that was a little fuzzy. Let's get another one. There we go. Same thing. And again, it's Antarctica, but look at all this red, right? They call it the Terra del Fuego. Fuego. What's so hot about this cold Antarctic region, man? What's so hot about Antarctica? And here you see Australius, right? So I'm not making this stuff up. Terra del Fuego, right? No ice. No ice. And it's called Australia. So Antarctica is Australia. Why not? Let's go. And I mean, since we're just talking Australia, we need to see Australia clearly when we talk high Amazon queen. So when they say Central Australia and Sheba, they're not talking about Australia that you know. They're talking about Australia's Antarctica. No ice. Got it? And these high Amazon queens, again, you know, which ones are connected with Sheba and Lilith, my naga? I think all of these queens have some connection with the first. You're talking about the first woman of creation, man. Lilith, man. Or Sheba. Sheba's the first woman of creation, man. Come on, man. You got this Rubati Gotti Money situation popping off all day with the high Amazon queens. So when we talk genie, and they give us this queen as Solomon's wife, she's the queen of Rubati, Gotti, and Mani, which makes her by default a high Amazon queen. High Amazon queen rocking in Australia, right? Australia's, right? Or Antarctica. You decide. But Antarctica's popping off. And just pay attention to the list, and these are just names you could recon, and you're gonna start seeing some, familiarity. But you keep seeing Queen of Rubati, Queen of Rubati, Queen of Mani, Mani and Gotti, Amazon High Queens. Now, when you get into these Deweys, this is the same thing as the divas of this, Indian, you know what I'm saying, Sanskrit and all that stuff. It's like their Deweys and divas are the same as the Davids or Davinas. So David is a title, but the female title of the David is the Dewey, right? The Dewey or the Davina. Just titles. Same thing, Rubati, high Amazon Queens. Kanka, you see Ganja. So what about the Ganja River, Managi? The Ganges River. The Ganges River. Groundwaters from the Ganges, Orinoco, and Amazon River basins. Managa, what is the Ganges? Have to do with the Orinoco, have to do with the Amazon. What do these three rivers have in common? Because I think this is what it's all about, man. I think this is what it's all about when we talk about the tree. Right now they got their Christmas trees, but we're talking about the real tree, my noggin. The real tree, my noggin. See this tree right here, this tree, see this tree stump right here, my noggin? It's the source of the Amazon. It's the source of the Orinoco and the Guyana. Now, how do these river systems connect with the Ganges? And are we just talking about the rivers of Eden? The four rivers, Managa? What's it got to do with the Kanka? The Kanka. And what does it have to do with the high Amazon Queens? We're just talking Mount Roraima, right? This Mount Roraima source of many rivers. Guyana, Amazon, and the Orinoco. What does the Amazon got to do with Anan? What does the Amazon love to drop, nation, man? All this drop is accumulated along the way. What does the Mar Anan or the River Anan have to do with South America? Or the Amazon? The Amazon, the Mar Anan flowing out of a tree. This tree, this mighty tree stump is the source of the Amazon or the Mar Anan. Yeah. What does that have to do with the Amazon holding down Antarctica? All right, you got the Mar Anan drop. We got the Amazon drop. These high queens are holding it down all over the world. It's a great drop. I mean, just take your time through this link and do the recon, you know what I mean, and see what you connect. You got all the links below. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh-oh, boss. Uh-oh, boss. Hold up, man. Hold up, boss. I see something new every time I'm connecting this. But right now, it's just amazing that you got this Lubani, right? And you got this Lebana or Limbu. Lebana is Lubani, which is the same as Rubani. You could say Reuben. You could say, what they say, Rubadi, Gani, Mani. You could say Reuben, Gad, Manasseh, but all these are under David, Managi, because, you're talking to Prester. You're talking about the king of Israel, the king of all, the emperor of the whole earth, Managi. You know what I'm saying? You're talking Rubadi, Gani, and Mani. You're talking about our queens. Let's see, where does it say they holding down, man? Yeah, look at this, man. All right. So you got a sea-like river called the Ganja, the Kanka, or the Ganges, right? Or the Dalai or Dalai River, sea-like in Mongolian, or Kian, or Khan, now under the sea and Indian Ocean. The High Queen also had a high seat on Antarctica before 1530. Managa, this map is from 1530. Out of the what? British Museum, 1530. Right here with the Annan Quivera situation with Prester John, right? Queen Khalifa Sheba's holding it down right here, right around here, right? So she didn't come too far to see Solomon, you know what I mean? Now, before the cataclysmic events in the Indian Ocean around the 1530s, so something cataclysmic happened that turned this high seat on Antarctica, right? No ice. Hashtag no cap Antarctica, my noggin. No cap Antarctica. But there was a cataclysmic event, and now you have ice, right? You got the Perry-Reese map. The Perry-Reese map is another map with Antarctica with no ice. So something happened after the 1500s, which they're calling a cataclysmic event. What's this got to do with the sinking of Atlantis? Did Leviathan sink Atlantis? What happened to the high seat on Antarctica? What is this cataclysmic event popping off? Okay. It's always interesting when they talk about the Barbers, right? Because they say the two leading family of these Barbers or Berbers were the Barbarossa and the Reese family, which is interesting because we just talked about the Perry-Reese map, huh? Uh-oh. Two branches of the ruling royal family of Rhoda and Rubani. The ruling family of Rhoda, huh? Oh man, we need to confront that Forbidden Histories of America drop again. We need to see what they're talking about when it comes to these barbers and these rodents, man. Rhoda. They turn everything into a negative. Right now it's a rodent. Now you're a rodent. But what's a Rhoda? Shout out to the queen. What is a barber? What is a barber? Let's go back a few pages. Managa, 775, Nehemiah reconquered the American Empire of Kalalus. All this is Quivera. All this is Antioch. Ruled by Sylvanus Toltec. What's Texas about? Solomon, the builder, is Sylvanus. Toltec is Solomon. Managi, the hereditary ruler of the first Hebrew Roman or Rimmon. Remember that Rimmon? We still got that one up. The Rimani. Yeah, we're just talking Roman, right? Which is just referring to the pomegranate, right? Caleb and Joshua had to get them pomegranates to prove that they were in the promised land, Managa. We're just talking Kalalus and the 7 cities of gold. Okay. So this Roman colony is a Rimmon situation. It's a promised land, Israel connection. They're just stealing the title to connect to Israel. You are the Roman. You are the Rimani. You, Managa. Kalalus was founded in the 1st century BC by the Babylonian exarch. Now we just talked Babylon, right? Don't forget about the Nebuchadnezzar situation. Don't forget about Nebuchadnezzar, Managa. We're still connecting Nebuchadnezzar to this thing, man. We ain't letting him off the hook in this investigation. Not even a little bit. Because who is Nebuchadnezzar's mama? According to this drop. All right. Nebuchadnezzar eventually destroys the Jewish temple to avenge his mother, Sheba, who is Lilith. We're talking the Babylonian captivity, right? We're talking Babylonian exilarchs, right? We're talking Queen Sheba, possibly as Labana, a title, which is just Rubani, which is just the queen of this kingdom, Anaka. The kingdom, right? So she marries Solomon, even according to this, who is the brother of David, the son of Prester John. So he's another David underneath David of Babylon. We are talking Babylonian, Nebuchadnezzar, huh? So Solomon and Sheba have Nebuchadnezzar, or if Solomon, in this case his wife Labana, have a son, Right here it just says she's just the wife, Jewish king of Talmaz, right? Back to this Talmaz. It tells you who he's the son of. This one, stops you right there. It don't tell you about the children. It can't tell you that Nebuchadnezzar's popping off. And Nebuchadnezzar's over there jamming up Daniel, right? All around the Babylonian captivity. The high Amazon queens are connected to the tree of life. That's why she's being deified with this tree situation, my noggin. Because this Mount Roraima is the source of the Amazon, or the Mar Anan, Amazon. Mar Anan, Amazon. Mount Roraima, the tree of life, my noggin. Right near Venezuela, right? So the Piedmont Indians call it the mighty tree stump. What do you call it? What do you call it? Anaga, what do you call it? It sure is gushing out a lot of water. A lot of water coming out this baby. A lot of water coming out this baby. The source of all this drop. Now they also said that Queen Sheba had these spices, right? They said Queen Sheba had this balsam drop. Just right quick. I mean, what does this balsam remind you of again? Who remembers that dog-headed sinus of phyllis drop, man? What's the cure for dog-headedness? Quick. Guayasum. Guayacum. So Queen Sheba brought balsam as gifts to King Solomon. What's this balsam about? Let's just, get it. See if we can get some clarity on the balsam drop. Now, here are a list of balsams, man. All right. All these are a list of balsams. You get to the G's, you run into Guayacum officinal. A type of balsam, a list of balsam. Now, we're going to read over here. They're going to talk about the balsam of Mecca, the balsam of Gilead. Balsam was an ingredient in anointing oil of Jewish priests. Okay, Queen Sheba or Khalifa brought this drop, and they're going to connect it with all these areas. Balm of Gilead is balsam, the balm. The balm. Who got the balm? But my naga, why oh why? When we look at balsam out the list, right? We got the guaiac wood, a species of tree, all right? Native to the Caribbean, my naga. So we don't have to be in some other place when my sister Sheba, when the queen is bringing the balsam to the king, they want to put him everywhere else, right? They want to put him everywhere else. Gilead, Mecca, everywhere in the Middle East to get this balsam. But the balsam, a form of balsam is guaiacum, which is found in South America and the Caribbean. Now, what's the cure for sinus syphilis or dog-headedness, my naga? What's the cure for sinus syphilis? Sinus syphilis. Syphilis is Syphilis the shepherd Syphilis, who was cursed with this sinus syphilis, dog-headedness. Look up St. Christopher dog-headedness. We don't have time right now. We popping off with the guaiac wood. What's the guaiac wood, my naga? Guaiacum is also known as, drum roll please. Why was it so important for Sheba to bring this drop? Uh-oh. Guaiacum is the holy wood from the New World. Hollywood, my naga. You in California, you're in Hollywood, right? Hollywood, California. Queen Khalifa is California. Queen Khalifa is Sheba, who brings the balsam or the guaiac or the Hollywood. My naga. In the last decade of the 15th century, right, an insidious disease began to attract widespread attention in Europe. This disease, which finally became known everywhere as syphilis. They ain't talking about the venereal. When we recon it, go get all that drop, sinus syphilis. We did like 6-part series on that. This is connected to sinus syphilis, dog-headedness, my noggin. And there were 2 cures for it. You can go through mercury, which was almost like worse than death. It was super painful. Or you can find the guaiac holy tree. This is their holly tree, Hollywood or holy tree. That's why she's being connected with the holy tree. They say devil's tree and all that, right? But this sister had to drop on the Hollywood, on the holy wood. We just talking about Cali, my sister, Queen Khalifa. I mean, my sister had to drop on the holly, right? My sister had to drop on the holy. My sister had to drop on the holly and the holy, on the guac. And she got the guac, right? But they're saying Queen Sheba brought the balsam as a gift. Because if Solomon had the magic holy tree, he can do a lot of trading with that. Imagine how expensive it was for a cure for syphilis or sinus syphilis, Managi. To reverse the curse? Yeah, that would be magic, right? Yeah, man, yeah. Well, this guac in South America and the Caribbean, small tree is very slow growing, all right? Reaching about 10 meters or 33 feet. Damn, 33 feet is pretty tall. The tree is essentially evergreen throughout most of its native range. The blue flowers have 5 petals that yield a bright yellow-orange fruit with red flesh and black seeds. What's up with that black seeds, though? It's also the national flower of Jamaica or Jamaica. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. You know what this 5-petal situation reminds us of, my noggin? It reminds me of the Jack in the Pulpit, the Prester John. It reminds me, my naga, of this Prester John plant. Did you know there's a Prester John plant? Check it out, man. Check it out. The most notable difference is that what they call the quanatum has the appearance of having 5 leaflets, huh? 5 leaflets. Just like that guac. Just like that guac, right? 5 petals. And a side note, when you look at this dragon drop, you have your 3-toed dragons, 4-toed dragons, 5-toed dragons. The 5-toed dragons or 5-claw dragons, these are the emperor dragons. So back in the day, they said the Chinese, only the emperor could wear the garments with the 5-claw dragons or 5 talons. All right, 5 petals. Now this Prester John plant got the 5 leaflets, while other species only have 3. Okay, 5 toes, 3 toes, my nine. So this is one look at a jack in the pulpit. Here's the 5 petal situation, 5 leaf situation. And yeah, I mean, why is this called the Prester John plant, my nine? Found in America. These are American plants. We're talking about mid-Atlantic United States, right? So, okay. I mean, hopefully the picture's getting clearer to you, my naga. You know what I'm saying? That these, plants, as we start, going more towards this Voynich manuscript, which is nothing but flora, right? But it's a code. It's an encrypted Hebrew, stylized, Indianized, they say, written by King David or Prester John. Now you have Prester John plants. My naga, you got the guac, the balsam. And the balsam is the cure. It's the Hollywood. Oh, man, I wish you had. Next time we're going to dig on this even more, man. Not once was it even supposed that syphilis would have been imported from the New World with the return of Christopher Columbus. So they say he died of this syphilis or gout, right? But what does he have to do with the St. Stephen, cynocephalus? Recon the St. Christopher dog-headed to find out. But yeah, side note, man, the guac is the holy wood. Hollywood is the what? The balsam. Because this guac is only on the list. All these are types of balsams, including dragon's blood, right? Getting closer, my naga. Getting closer. A bright resin, which is obtained from different species of a different distinct plant genre. All right, red resin, dragon's blood. What's all happening? You got all these resins popping off. We're just talking balsam, and again, they say Sheba brought the balsam, right? The holly tree, the holy tree, the Hollywood. But you would have to know you just talking Queen Khalifa. Queen Cali is, holding that Hollywood, right? That guac. Bringing it to Solomon and them, right? Let's go, man. Let's go. So back to, the high Amazon queen situation. You got the ruling family of, well, who are the barbers, man? I think that's where we're at last time. Who are the barbers? Who are the barbers? Let's see, where's my forbidden history drop? There we go. So when we talk Babylon, we're talking Nebuchadnezzar, possibly as the son of Sheba and Solomon. Damn, what's that got to do with Menelik then? I mean, they say Menelik and all that, right? So what's it got to do with Menelik? Let's go. So Venus Ogam is Solomon, the builder's father. So I said, what does this got to do with David? Are we just having another title for David? We talk Ogam and connect that to the Ogam script, but let's just focus on Bravo. Anaga Bravo, Sylvanus Bravo is the barber of the Swan Knights. Bravo, who is the ruler of Sumer, right here in America, Managi. They say Somerset in Britain. Let's go. Rimmon ruler, soldier and ancestor of the Swan Knights, also known as the Barber HaKazin. And he has his fleet. Solomon got his fleet, ships of Solomon or swan boats. We're talking about the royals, right? So these royals match perfectly with these royals, the queens. The two leading families are the Barbers or Berbers. I'm saying the Barbers or Berbers are the same as the Bravos or the Barbers or the Swan Knights. And further confirmation, Managa, that we just talking Swan, home of the Parthian Empire, which was the mouth of the Swan Canyon, right? The name of the region was originally called Barber, Swan in Hebrew. Come on, man. I'm out of here, man. We out of here. The route to the mining colonies in the Americas and Australia. We know where that is. We know where Australia is, right? Let's not be twisted. Let's not get it confused. We know where Australia is, my noggin. Man, we know where Australia is, my noggin. Let's not be, you know what I mean? Hey, a picture's worth 1 billion words in this case, man. Because we know where Australia is. We're just talking South America. High Amazon Queens holding it down. Swan Knights. Queen, you know what I'm saying? Queen Knights, King Knights, my noggin. Female Knights, male Knights, my noggin. But we're talking Australia, right? Yeah. We're talking Australia, or Australasia. My noggin, does North America exist, man? I mean, does North America even exist? Or are we niggas still running around here today in Asia with South America connecting directly to Asia or Cathay? South America connects directly to Asia or Grand Tartary. Huh? Look at these ley lines, right? Somebody called that out. Love to everybody surfing the wave in the live chat, man, and leaving great comments. We'll get something for the dismount. But South America's connecting directly to what we think is North America, right? You got Peru, you got all that. But nah, my naga, this is Cathay. This is India Superior. This is India Superior. My naga, this is Asia. This is Asia. We just talking Eurasia. Australia, Asia. Closely guarded secrets by the Egyptian Israelite, the Phoenician Israelite, Parthian, Scythian, Roman, Rhodian. All these are the same people. The Hebrews in Egypt, the Hyksos, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Phoenician noggin, what, Keber, Heber? Get that last drop. Eber. Oh, no, we just talking Quiverian. We just talking Quiverian. But the name, man, I'm talking about my queens, right? So according to my queens, the barber title is the Swan, my noggin. The same barber is Swan in Hebrew. What's Daniel Lowe saying in the Forbidden Histories? That the barber Hakazin are the Swan Knights. Body bag for the illusion. So these Swan Knights are being held down by Queen Khalifa, Queen Sheba, and them, right? Right? Parthia, right? Ophir, 7 cities of gold, Swan, Parthia, Perthia, Persia, Iranian, Anion. You see the Ko, the Kanya, huh? Swan in Hebrew is barber. Swan Knights are the barber Hakatzin. And barber is coming from Brabo Sylvanus or Ogam, who is the father of Sylvanus Toltexis, the Toltec. The father of the Toltec is the Ogam or David or the Prester. And the Ogam, man, got their own script, right? We don't get into the Odam because my noggin, what they didn't connect yet, which puts us ahead of the game, is that the Ogam is the Odam. And perhaps this tree language is connected more than you think to what they call the Odam language. The Ute Aztecan, Utah Aztecan, Odam language. All happening here, although these writers from these books like India Once Ruled the America want to take this and say, nope. All that started in Little India, came all the way to India Superior and conquered and started all these languages and all this stuff in India Superior, man. We call bullshit, man. We call bullocks, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the Ogam is a script, a Celtic script, right? Who are the Celts? Who are the Picts? Look out for the Pict series. I told y'all it's coming. Who's the Ogam? Man, this is the ancient Celtic tree alphabet known as the Ogam. Pronounced Oam. Ogam? Allcom? Ogam? Ogam. It's also connected with the Ogier. It's also connected with the Olmec, my noggin. And we got that because he cuts that off on this one. But in the Treasures of Utah, I got that book. There's 2 more sentences after this. It's the same exact paragraph, but 2 more sentences. And it says that the Olmec, are connected with this Ogier, that it comes from the same family as the Olmec. Why did he take it out here? I don't know. But then you have the genealogy of Israel III going south to the Toltec lands. Remember Sylvanus Toltexis, lands of Mexico. And his grandson Makir, who is Americ. Why did they call this America? HaWah. Oh, they give you every other reason except Americ, who is Mixcoatl of the Toltecs, grandfather of Israel VII, the priest of Quetzalcoatl, who is Joshua Managa. Oh, we're just talking about 1,000 because he left Rhoda. Rhoda is not Rhode Island. Rhoda is right there in the Four Corners. It's a kingdom right there in the Four Corners connected with the Anion and the Quivers. Same thing. He rejoined the remnant of Rodans, right? Come on, man. Northwest Spain, trained warriors. These Rodans, these Hebrews, were fighting even in the war in Spain as the trained warriors against the Muslims, man. It was a more and more war. Now we got Kalalus or Camelot. You got all this connection with Lancelin or Lancelot of Camelot or Kalalus, which means promised land. We're talking the David Exelarch family, man. Yeah. We're talking Shemina. Sounds like Xena the warrior princess, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's getting too good to me. Let's stay right here with the Swan Knights, the Barbers, right? The Berbers, the Brabos, the Barbers, the Swans. We're connecting it all. And just to get one last thing out this link that we started with before we make a beautiful dismount, best dismount of all time, surfing the wave, Prester John, 63. My Nog, I appreciate you for surfing the wave all this time with me. We got to get into this Agadah situation. Jewish scripture, right? Okay. We're talking Ben Sarah. Now let's see what they dispel with here. It's not exactly a legend we should be proud of. Not only did Solomon shut something Sheba, he shamed her into conforming to his sexist beauty ideas, upgrading her from a demon of the night to a cultured woman. All right, dodge your hijack. Let's go. Let's pick it up from here. Jewish texts demonize the queen of the desert by rejecting her humanity and characterizing her as a supernatural succubus who knows how to manipulate men with her feminine wiles. Now, somewhere here they say that she's also the, forerunner of the Helen of Troy. The whole Troy story where they go to war over Helen of Troy, like she's the original, she's the real Helen of Troy, man. What does that got to do with your rope? Man, I mean, all this stuff connects. Nebuchadnezzar eventually destroys Jerusalem temple, avenging his mama, man. So that's a major connection. Is Nebuchadnezzar the daughter, the son of Solomon and Sheba or Lilith? That's major. And so the sages took a perfectly lovely story about a biblical black queen and tore it to shreds with unnecessary stories, transforming her to a majestic embodiment of femininity to that of the evil Nebuchadnezzar's mother. Sheba might only be featured in the Torah as a tool to highlight Solomon's sagacity, but like a rug due for a cleaning, it is not too late to beat the sexism, xenophobia, and racism out the story. Hey, Queen of Sheba in every tradition is important because of her own wisdom. She knows when to react and when not to. She knows when to ignore advice, that of her counsel, but also when to embrace it as she converts. Her questions are specific and pointed, and she knows what to look for to prove Solomon's divine intelligence. All right. Yeah. What does it say? Drenched in the boring, sexist interpretations of Jewish scholars, Sheba's story can be wrung of misogyny to reveal her true legacy as the Jewish black biblical babe who got her way with Solomon, armed with chutzpah and charm. She traveled to Jerusalem, got a divine king to eat out of the palm of her hand and elsewhere, and ran a country comparable to the Garden of Eden. Was Sheba holding down the garden, Managa? Was Sheba holding down paradise? Dragons, paradise? Bringing that balsam, right? Bringing that balsam, Khan. You can dig on this drop, right? Because we're just talking about the tree. Because, according to Sumerian drop, man, you know what I'm saying? Love to my bro Yohanatan breaking down some Sumerian drop. The antecedent of Lilith is the female demons or dragons known from Mesopotamian legend as Lilu or Lilitu. So she's named after these demons, right? They're saying in one of the Sumerian poem of Gilgamesh. There's a prologue about Inanna and her willow tree. Did they deify her in the Sumerian text? as well. I mean, if they would do it, if they would turn Sheba to Shiva, and we're talking Sanskrit and Vedas, that's supposed to be the oldest of the old. They're saying, no, man, Shiva comes first. But that V don't come before that B in the Paleo Monog. That V don't come before that B. So, same thing here, man. Is this Sumerian situation, is Sumer really based on this particular secret here? Oh yeah, more on that Haggadah. So they said the legend of a demon queen, right? A night monster. Let me get back to that Sumerian drop right quick. I mean, they started comparing her on the other one with Asherah, right? Now we got this Ishtar drop. And then you got the sisters baking raisin cakes to the queen mother and all that stuff in the script. Why would they call her the queen mother of heaven? Unless she was Lilith, the first woman ever created. At least on that particular timeline, right? So can you see how the sisters would be going a little or way left? Can you see how the sisters would start baking raisin cakes, you know what I'm saying, to who they would consider the first woman of creation? Can you see how the sisters might start deifying her, and how these Indian, Vedas and stories started deifying her? And Manaka, even with the Sumerian drop, they're deifying her. Because we just talking Sumer, Khan. Sumer, Khan. Manaka, who's the ruler of Sumer? Oh, Bravo. Bravo, Barber, Swan Knights, Barber, Swan in Hebrew, Barabia, like Barbaria, right? Right. Right. So what's the essence? What's, what's popping all this, Phoenician Israelite, Egyptian Israelite, Barber, Swan Knight? Man, I mean, the two leading families, Barbers and Berbers, are the Barbarosas and Reese families, which were branches of the ruling family of Rhoda and Rubani or Lubani. And we just got again out the forbidden histories, man, that, not only is the Swan Knight connecting with the Bravo, which is the Barber, but the Rhoda, he Quetzalcoatl rejoined the remnant of Rodins, who he led east and then back to Europe and some Latin Jewish Rodins. So Europe is where? Europe is also Asia, right? So we are holding down the three Indias. We had connections, with the David Exlark family. You know what I mean? The Rhoda or the Rodins, all these connected with the Four Corners. Arizona, Utah, all that. The Rodins, right, are the same ruling family of Rhoda and the Rubanis. And the Rubanis, my nigga. I mean, hey, look no further than Solomon's queen. You could call her Sheba. You can call her Khalifa. You can call her the Queen of Rubani and Labana, which is also a title proven right here. Because Rubani or Lubani, Rubani and Lubani are the same dang thing. Labana and Rubana or Rubani. So this ain't her name, man. They don't even have her name. She's just the wife of Solomon. So who is she? Her name ain't Labana. Now that we get a separate substantiating drop. And then there's also Albana. Because you see this Albion all over these artifacts in Arizona. Albion, right? And they say all these other things for it, but Albion is connected directly with this Rubani and the Rhoda and the Rodans. Whether they were outwardly Muslim, Jewish, or Catholic, they served the hidden Amazon high queens who, after 1530, had moved with her warrior Hebrew Amazon women into the area of the Caucasus. We still talking Asia. Again, these Deweys are Davids. And yes, there's a lady Esther. Does she have anything to do with the Esther in the scripture of Mizraha or Mizraim? High Amazon Queen. What's this Lady Esther got to do? So if Lady Esther's popping off, we got the Mordecai, got all this. 1600s, my noggin? Could it be? Man, before the cataclysmic event in the Indian Ocean around 1530, Antarctica and this Kerguelen, all right, but focus on Antarctica. It says was closer to Australia. No, Antarctica is Australia. All right. Mainly ice-free with a warm tropical climate, my noggin. Ice-free with a warm tropical climate, right? So what happened? You know, when you start digging on the Prester John investigation, man, I mean, you got to ask yourself, why are they calling this stuff Terra Fuego? Fuego. All these maps have this connection, right? Let's dig on this Mercator map. Terra Fuego, right? See, Antarctica, yeah, no ice. No ice. Terra Fuego. So after the 1530s, what happened? This ice-free warm climate became a frosty climate. Somehow now we're talking about being frozen over. All right, man. Keep all that in play. Keep all that in play. I told y'all we about to make the best dismount of all time, man. Let's check on our time. Make sure we good. Okay. Oh yeah, we good. We good. We good. We real good. Let's just belly flop from here, man. We belly flop. So we've been talking Persia. We've been talking Babylon. Here's some things you need to know. I'm belly flopping now, man. Let's go. The History of Persia from the most early periods to the present time by Sir John Malcolm. All right. Belly flop. Right here you see it. Let's go. The period of time assigned to each dynasty exceeded all human belief and appeared to be calculations applicable to the revolutions of the heavenly bodies and not dates referable to real history. Thus the G or E Anion race is said to have reigned one aspect or 1,000 millions of years. So when I talk Khan Dynasty, all they can tell you is that, yeah, we don't know who you are, but you probably go back 1,000 million years, man. All right. King of the earth, man. Who's the king of the earth, man? Who got the keys, man? All right, I mean, I'm just showing you what we're going to get into a little more next time, because I want to dig deeper on the Anion race, right? This is the United States investor and promoter of American Enterprise, Volume 11. And you keep seeing, you see what I see. It's an Anion race, right? Here it says the Anion race, like Torah, huh? The Torah, huh? I mean, did these high Amazon queens, have anything to do with the Torah? We're just digging on it, man. We're just digging on it. Ice-free Antarctica. I mean, don't that change everything? Everything we thought we knew. Let's check this other Elahu project. Yeah, cause we've been talking about Eber or Kabul or Eber or Kavera, known as the third India body bag. Oh man, this is fun, man. I told you it's a victory lap, man. Hey, get the last drop and then you'll know this land of Habor. They say it's sunken land, right? Habor is Eber, Managa. Is Heaver or Keever or Keveria. They say inland Australia. Well, we know we're talking Antarctica inland. Third India, man. Third India. Let's check this out. Benjamin associates the Indian Ocean lands as Aram Rahob, a kingdom mentioned firstly in the days of King David. Prester John. Among them are a group of pious or righteous Hebrews, who they say wear black and are devoted to Great Dame or Lady, who is the Shekinah, Zahor, and her earthly representatives, the Sheba, Amazon queen. So this lady was deified in everything, Managa. When you go back into what we get in that Sumerian situation, you know what I'm saying? You got the Sumer, Lilith, and all that. And then you got the ruler of Sumer situation with the Ogam. Before you think something is ancient, you need to know that you don't know nothing. And that a lot of what we call ancient is coming right out the 900s, 1100s, Managi. And it's being literally mythicized and made up and juxtaposed and syncretically, fused, into all these stories of things just to get you off your flow, not knowing that you are the antiquity. They were a remnant of devout, Torah observant Jewish Christians. Oh boy. Managa, they were devout, Torah, code keeping Nagas, these Shebas, these Amazons, these queens. So before they make our queens devils, our queens were Torah keeping, Managa. Especially if you're talking about Lilith, the first woman of creation. She didn't tell anybody to worship her. You just got, the remnant, and folks that's connected to all these other things. But she becomes Shiva. She becomes Queen Kali. Kali becomes this destroyer goddess. You know what I mean? You got Lilith, the monster now. But we got Torah keeping sisters, Shebas, Amazons, devout Torah observing. We're talking 3 Indians, man. Raja Hiraja, Jadaran, the first Chol, and they say Christian. Come on, man. Nestorian, emperor of the 3 Indians. Or Prester John. It's all about the Prester. Now check it. The Davidic princes, Solomon of Telmas, right? You saw that before. And Canaan of Thema. Actually, the sons of Prester John, whose grandfather was Prince George or Prince David of Georgia. Are you talking about the same Prince David? Well, this David of Georgia is the son of Jadaron here. Jadaron Emperor solely Prester John. Now you can go through different genealogies and you'll keep, going into his father, and you're going to keep getting more Davids, and more Davids. That's why I said the David title predates the King David story you've heard of. Man, Exarch Solomon Ben Hizdi. Here comes the Hizdi Hasdi situation, man. So now, another beautiful piece for the dismount. Other members of the nation under King Joseph, Rubadi, and Prince David Rubadi, son of King Solomon V Rubadi, moved to Afghan and embraced Islam. Oh, Managi. They're going to keep throwing this Afghan out here too, right? This is something that we first heard about in the $1,000 book, Medieval History of the Israelites, man, by Robert Grisham. Afghan, what's Afghan? I mean, they're going to throw Australia out. We got to find out Australia is Antarctica. They're going to throw out Afghan. I mean, right here it says Lubani was the father of Isaac of Aleppo, right? Now we got to research the Aleppo Codex. Have you ever heard of the Aleppo Codex? Did you know that connects to Prince Judah? What about King Joseph? You think this is play, or are we digging into our real story? And it really only does is all it does is validate the script, Managi. And we know that things have been taken out. We know we be in a spirit of stupor, deep sleep, that tartar ma. No more tartar ma though, right? No more tartar ma, man. So we waking up, and what's this Afghan about, man? What's this Afghan? You might need to know who is Afghana. You might need to step your Afghan game up, because they're gonna keep connecting this to Afghan, a tribal chief or prince. Oh, a prince king, a Prester. Afghan is a priest king, a tribal chief, traditionally considered the progenitor of modern day Pashtuns, historically known as Afghans, Iranian ethnic group, Central and Southern Asia. Largest ethnic group in Afghanistan, second largest in Pakistan. The ethnonym Afghan is believed to be derived from his name. Watch this, man. Let's go. According to the Tanakh, King Saul was the son of Kish. Man, it sound like Cush too, huh? A member of the tribe of Benjamin, one of 12 tribes of Israel. Got it. Pashtun folklore and some historians suggest that King Saul had 5 sons instead of 4, and the 5th was named Ermiah or Jeremiah. Who's Jeremiah? Jeremiah the prophet? Is he coming from King Saul the Benjamite? How about this? The legend describes Malak Afghana, King Afghana, as the son of Jeremiah, grandson of King Saul. So Afghan is the son of Jeremiah, who's the grandson of Saul. And remember, David took care of Saul's people for Jonathan, Managa. Remember, the sons were Jonathan, Abinadab, you know what I mean? And who? Afghan, son of, or Jeremiah, and then Jeremiah has Afghan, man. It is mentioned that Afghan was orphaned at a young age and brought up by King David. Huh? Yeah, he was orphaned. They went to war, right? When Solomon became the king, Afghan was made commander-in-chief of the army. Why is it called Afghan, Managa? Afghanistan is Israel, Managa. It's the seed of Benjamin. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. So when they keep throwing Afghan, we're talking about Jeremiah's boy. But yeah, we'll dig on it. For now, we're just talking about our Shekinah, man. Our ladies, Managa. Our devout, code-keeping aquas. We're talking about Hanan Kana. Hanan Kana, son of Prester. Son of Prester. Hanan Kana. Hanan is Kana. Davidic princes Solomon of Talmud and Canaan are the sons of Prester. So are we in the land of Canaan or Canaan? Is this the land of Canaan or Canaan? Are we Canaanites or Canaanites or Ananites, or are we of the Anion race? Because they seem to think that there's an Anion race, even a Torah Anion or a Toranion or an Iranian, Iranian, Anion. The Turanian race was unquestionably at the start a factor of tremendous importance in starting the human family on its upward march. It may have been a very superior wisdom that led the Chinese to discern that the perpetuity of a race is contingent upon modern course of living. Managa, these Anion popped off, starting of this so-called human family. Let's go, man. We belly flopping for the dismount, Managa. We keep hearing about this Anion race. But what do we know? Hey, man, love to, can't remember my bro's name right now, man, but you know who you are, man. You drop this in the comments, man. Hopefully we get that for the dismount, man. And, yeah, this is this maritime exploration drop. Hubert Howe Bancroft, page 15, or volume 15, page 168. We're talking the 7 cities, right? Cities of gold. Coronado expedition, all that stuff happening right here in America, right? 4 corners, right? On the main, near the mouth of the Rio del Tizon, a station was perhaps needed for the benefit of the new Mexican enterprise, with the view also to the acquisition of the 7 cities. New Mexico, 7 cities. Sept, right? Septimania. And opposite in California, there should be another station. Of course, the kingdom of Anion across the strait was not to be neglected. Kingdom of Anion. I mean, the Anion kingdom is just popping off, man. Anion kingdom is just popping off. The Torah, Anion kingdom. But now it's just popping off. I mean, it's the one we used last time. Oh, we getting linky for the dismount so we can get a little bit thinky. A little bit thinky for the dismount. We gotta get linky so we can get a little thinking when we talk Anion, my nigga. A mythical kingdom that appeared on many maps, right? They say Anian race. Now we're hearing about an Anian kingdom. Oh, yeah. Whole lot of drop, man, for the next installment. Hey, 64 about to be lit. That's all I can say, man. I'll tell y'all in advance. Prester 64 about to be litums, my nigga. All right, litums, my nigga. I'm looking for this other map we used before. And remember, the Arnon is the Anion, right? So the Arnon is this border, this Moab border, Numbers 21. Arnon is Anion. Is Anion. Give me that drop. Give me that drop. Got so many maps, man. I guess we got another map pack we got to be working on, man. And shout out to everyone rocking the ether packs. I know you got the drop. You already got the drop, man. You already got the drop. There we go. And this is a piece of what we got last time while I look for this other map. This is out the Open Secret of India by Gene Matlock. All right, so here you go with this Afghan, right? Didn't we just get it? So you had this Phoenician noggin popping up in Quivera. Let's get it bigger. We derived our word copper from this Keper or Keber or Eber. This is where they're getting copper, manat, from Kuvera or Kiver, who they call the Bulgarian king. All right, but Dr. Hijack, we're talking priest king. In the book that I got right here, India Once Ruled the America, they call him the Phoenician Naga, not a Bulgarian king. They replaced this with this, but in the book it says Phoenician deified Naga, who became India's god of gold, my Naga. So they're deifying this king, right? He's now the god of gold in India, mining riches. They want that gold. Metal ores in the region, especially of copper and gold. Afghan keeper is Keeper. Afghan Khyber is Keeper. Hebrew Heber. Pronounced Keber, Egyptian Capri, Kefera, you know what I mean? On and on and on to Caveria, man. Arizona Old Ham, Babo Cavera. So we just got the Old Ham languages, or Ogam. Sylvanus Ogam. Keber is Heber, is Khyber, all connected to this original Naga that they were calling Kuvera, now called Bulgarian king, but get the last drop because they called him a Phoenician deified Naga. They literally said Naga, Naga. So who's the Afghan, remember? Son of who? Malak Afghan. Afghana was orphaned at a young age, brought up by King David. So he was brought up in the cloth, in the flow. We're talking son of Jeremiah, grandson of King Saul. Man, I'm just talking about Quivarian, man. The Quavaria Regnum, man. Come on, man. This ain't no play. When we talk Quivera, man. If Quivera is Keber, is Eber, right? We're just talking the cities of Go. And the Straits of Anion, we got a whole kingdom of Anion right here. Anion Regnum is the kingdom. Anion race, what's it got to do with Anan, Ben David, or the Mar Anan, connecting with the Amazon, or the tree, Roraima? What does Quivera have to do with Eber, right? Then we just get that. So Quivera, Keber, Eber, Kyber, all this drop, man. I told y'all this is the best dismount of all time, man. Because Quivera, spelled the same here, Quivera, connecting with Afghan, son of Jeremiah. David is taking care of him, right? You think it's a coincidence all this is in the same place? In the land of the Prester? The land of Prester John? What does the British Museum know that we don't know? What do they know? I mean, what do they know about Quivera, which is Kivera or Keber or Eber or Heber? This is the land of Heber, man. Heber. And Anan or Anan ben David. This is all Israel. These are all exilarchs, Managa. You know what I'm saying? Afghan, son of Jeremiah, all exilarchs, Managa. All Israel, Managa. And yes, that's a unicorn swimming in the ocean, man. A dragon unicorn. You got to dig on it, man. All I'm saying is Antioch. That's it. 7 cities of gold, right? Because we just talking Sheba or Cibola, which is Sheba, or Sabbath or Sheba, which is Sheba. Sabbath, 7th day, 7 cities of gold. They said they couldn't find it. Suppose, they said the cities of gold, the rumors are supposed were caused by an old Portuguese legend about the cities of gold by 7 Catholic bishops who saved Christian sacred objects from the invasion of the Moor. More on more war. So the Spaniards organized several expeditions to search for Cibola or the land of Sheba, which is the promised land, Calelus. They're looking in Arizona. They're looking in New Mexico. Not successful. They couldn't find it. So they said it must be a rumor. Or you just couldn't find it. It's not in your dimension, Jack. It's not in your frequency. El Dorado, mythical city or country of South America. What's this got to do with Antarctica? Everything. High Amazon queens, right? Rich with gold, precious stones, man. Connected with the discovery of America. So whether they call it El Dorado What do they call it? Quivera. What do they call it? Cibola. What do they call it? Antioch. You're just talking Prester John's reign. Land of Prester John. Thought to lie in Central Asia. Managa, does North America exist? Or are you just in Central Asia, also known as Grand Tartary, Managa? India, Superior. We're just surfing away. Full of dismount. Full of dismount. Does North America exist? Prester John was supposed to be in Asia, right? Considered to be a ruler of the powerful East Kingdom full of marvels, peace, and harmony. Prester John was popular in Europe. Mid-12th century, depicting Prester John as a descendant of the three magi, right? So now they want to put him in the New Testament as the Ethiopian eunuch. Johnny the Baptist, Prester John, baptizing in the fountain of youth. I mean, the sisters had the water too, though. The sisters had the water too. But, you know, I'm just talking Antioch, man. We just talking Antioch. Because, of course, the kingdom of Antioch across the strait was not to be neglected, my Naga, offering as it did abroad enlargement of HaWah's domain. So when they saw Antioch, they knew they were talking about HaWah's domain. Let's go. Same book, different page, 179. What do we got here? All right. So the geographical enigmas to be solved, the rumors of the grand cities, golden lakes, right? Cities of gold, mighty rivers, Orinoco flow, giants. Well, yeah, Moses and David were fighting giants, King Og and them. White man, Dr. Hijack. Unless you're talking about righteous. Because white means pure, right? Like Aztec. To be verified. Facilitated intercourse with Anion, Japan, Tartary, and China. Where's Tartary? Where's Tartary? Grand Tartary, right here, right? South America connects, that's North America. Asia is Tartary. Asia is Grand Tartary. All right, what else? What else we got? So Antioch, Tartary, Japan. Where's Japan? Come on, man. Atlantic Journal, man. Come on, y'all should already said it. Atlantic Monthly Journal drop, volume 104. Hey, can we get a bigger drop so we can talk about Japan? A week before he lands in Guanahani, Columbus opinions that Pinzon's suggestion to stir southwest is not made with respect to Kapango. Kapango is also Zepango. Pan is also Japan. All this is happening, Managa, right over here. They're renaming places over there. 2 days after the discovery, he feels he must go to find Kapango or Japan. And when he reaches Cuba, he believes it from the signs the Indians make to be this very land. At the same time, he's equally anxious to reach the mainland of China. We're talking South America. We're talking America, man. We're talking America, Managa. Or you just got to tell me where's China. La China, right? We're talking America. So he's, reaching this mainland, right? That's India Superior. They say he's 10 days from Cuba. That makes sense here, but not if Cuba's way the hell over there, right? So 10 days makes more sense when you see it in the 1500s map. Hispaniola, China, got it. right? Because we're having these kingdoms of Anion and Japan, or Kapangu, Zapangu, same as China, La China. All this Manage is right over here with you. So we got this. All right, so he has these letters he's carrying to the Grand Khan, right? Letters of the Catholic kings to the Grand Khan, now so hopeless in anachronism with the said Grand Khan. Who's the Grand Khan? Huh? Who's the Prester he's looking for? Who's the priest? Let's go for the dismount. The Cuban monarch was now at war, so there's a war popping off in Cuba. The Khan's great ships, what, the Solomon ships, the Swan Knights, he understood came to Cuba. 10 days journey from the Chinese mainland. How in the world does Cuba get 10 days away from China, man? Unless Cuba is here and China's here, right? And if China's here, then so is Kapangu. So is, all of the ancient India, all of the ancient world. I mean, ancient Africa, ancient Egypt. So what are they reflecting over here, man? What's really happening? I mean, these are the real questions and the real flow, man. And, this is Prester John 63. And again, back to this mythical Straits of Anion. Venetian traveler Marco Polo returned his European wanderings in 1295. He brought back for the use of geographers and future travelers and a fund of information concerning Eastern Asia. Where's Asia? Becomes their main source of knowledge for the next 500 years. Finding you became their main source of knowledge. The mystic land of Cathay. Where's the mythic? Where's Cathay? Cathay. My naga, you already home. Mystic land of Cathay. Mystical cities ago. Everything about you is mystical. Oriental splendor. Civilization. We're looking for the first picture gradually faded away, and it was at length revealed more exploration must take place upon and around Balboa's new ocean before the coveted land of Kublai Khan and his descendants could be attained. That means that Kublai Khan was coveting you, which means Genghis Khan was coveting you, which means that they were coveting the promised land. And what's the rules? What's the code? Thou shalt not covet, right? But they're still coveting your stuff, which means they're breaking the code because they want to get the what? They want to get the vortexes, my naga. They want to get the vortexes, man. I mean, that's where, when you bring it back to the queen, they're looking for the vortexes of Khalifa, man. I mean, just look at this, these ley lines, man. The wormholes, the worms, the dragons, the great male dragon, great female crisscross applesauce, right? What's happening in Peru? What's happening over here with you? You just gotta dig on it. What are they guarding in the Bering Strait? What are they guarding, man? What gateways are they guarding? What's Kublai Khan and his descendants trying to covet, man? Why they trying to roll up on your stuff, on your things, on your Anion? Which they call a mythical kingdom, but Marco Polo knows about it. How did he get here? With Genghis Khan and them? How they get the drop? Where's the real Silk Road? Where's the real land of the Prester, my naga? Come on, man. Where's Anion, man? Hey, this is pretty cool, man. Nice little for the dismount, man. Hey, when you talk about hidden dimensions, man, some gamer drop. They got a little something called the Ka-anian race. Anian, right? Which reminds me a lot of Canadian, you know what I mean? There's a lot of Quebec drop connecting with the Quivera as well. Quibera, you know what I mean? Yeah. Love to the family, let's go. I said, yeah, there's a Anian race. They say agile, cat-like creatures, like lions, man. Like lions, they have lived on a small number of planets, single solar system for many years. I mean, you know, you dig on it, see if you get some drop, but you're definitely going to see that they were fighting for their lives to the point of near extinction. The race was brought to near extinction. So anytime they're talking about you or us and Anion and the race of Anan, Managa, they're talking about near extinction, and they're talking about Managa, they're talking about remnants. And they're saying this race was all important, had everything to do with the secrets of dimensional travel, Managa. They were getting it in. Allowed to leave 3D space to temporarily travel through higher dimensions. What has got to do with Moo? Managa, what's this got to do with you? This is kind of funny here. They say that each of these races have different colors. The Canadian race has a light green color and deals with dark energy, right? What's this dark energy? We've been digging on that, right? What's this melanated flow, you know, that they're calling dark magic. Dark energy for the Anion, huh? What kind of war went down with Genghis Khan and Prester John? Yeah, I mean, even in this book, The American Race, Linguistic Classification and Ethnographic Description by Daniel Brenton. Let's get it bigger for the dismount. Let's go. It says these are three main races. Talking about the American race, right? But now you got the Ando-Peruvian, the Pompeian race, and the Brazilio-Guaranian race. Brazil plays major, right? Fuego. Yeah, these titles, man, these titles will get us every time, man, and, you know, bring us into more clarity. Man, what's up with Ania? Another of these gamer drops. We got Ania is a popular hangout for dragons or demons, huh? Dragons or demons. Shan-Ra, a system of Atalia. What? The primary planet is Ania? Man, don't this sound like Atlantis and the primary plane is Ania, right? Or Ania, but Atlantis or Atalia, you know, is a system within the Anian race. Again, Anian race. You say Atalia is supposed to be a part of it. Small galaxy situated very close, obscure view from the Milky Way. All right. Telana, Telama. Sounds like those Swan Knights again, man. They say Atala, the captain's daughter. The captain's daughter, man. Hey, shout out to the queens. I'm just asking some questions on this investigation with all my Nagas. Because we're supposed to seek David, which means that we're also going to be seeking our high Amazon queens, you dig? The Shebas, the Flow, the queens of the Rubati, Ghani, and the Mani, my Naga. Because that are devote Torah, code-keeping Aquas, seeking HaWah, and David the Khan. This is our charge. This is our charge. This is why we do what we do. This is why we pop off the way we pop off, man. And when we really start connecting the Odam, you know, that connects directly with the Ho Khan, the Odam and the ho-ho-com. The ho-ho-com, they say, are the people that disappear. But I say you didn't disappear, man. I say they just switched up the language and switched up the story. We're talking about indigenous languages, man. The Ute, the Utah, the Ute, the Yuda indigenous languages, man. The Utah indigenous languages. I said the Utah indigenous languages, because they call the Utah the same thing. The Ute, that's Tekken, but they give you the drop in etymology that we're just talking Utah. High mountains, high trees. Judah. Utah is Judah. All in your face, ball. So you got a kingdom. An entire kingdom to dig on. That is Kalalus. That is Shebola. Because we just talking Sheba. And just right quick, when we dig on the forbidden histories, we're just digging on Sheba. And Shebola. And Shambhala. I mean, that's, this is what we're all connected to right here, man. You know what I mean? It is suspect that these people would have left after the children of Japheth, but prior to the 12 tribes of Israel. This comes from the idea that the queen of Sheba believed to be one and the same people as Shambhala, which means the children of Shem. So they're trying to make her, Ethiopian over there. No, she's Ethiopian over here. She's of the copper colored cons right here. The Shem, the Shibala, Managa, the Sheba, the Cibola. Come on, man. Come on, man. Some speculate the Queen of Sheba is of Ethiopian. However, there are several problems with this theory. She was not black. Well, as in the African race. So they didn't say she ain't black, but not as in the African race, right? Uh-oh. The spices Sheba brought with the balsam, the guaiaca, said to have been unknown at the time, yet the spices of Africa and Ethiopia were well known. So she couldn't be coming from no Africa, Ethiopia. Others theorize that the Queen of Sheba was the Queen of Egypt, and this hypothesis is based on speculative notions. Man, she ain't coming from over there when she's already here. And they had some drop on. Get it back right here. The daughter of the oath, the seven. We're talking about the seven. Who is their Buddha? This author's theory is that Buddha is Solomon. That Solomon is Buddha. Again, they're deifying our kings. They're deifying our queens, man. Our sisters. And they turn her into some demon goddess, destructive, god of destruction, all this stuff, man. But it's just Adam's first wife. And if she keep popping off, ends up connecting with Solomon later. Mother of Solomon, Bath Sheba, daughter of the oath, covenant, or daughter of the seven. And on these maps it has sept, right? Sept means seven, or septimania. Ethiopian daughter of the oath, Sheba. Sheba. They say son of Ramah. Oath, covenant, or seven. And that's all we're talking about when we're dealing with our queens, the daughters. And now, there's a whole lot of Lilith going on, man. We got to get this next time, really dig even deeper. The evil she threatened against children and women of childbirth. Okay. But they're getting her name, Lilu, which translates to night monster. So, The cult associated with Lilith survived among the Jews to the 7th century. And we all about the 7th century. We all about the 7th century. That's what we're getting into. Sylvanus, Texas, Bravo, Barbers, Swan Knights. Yeah, the swans, man. The swans. So Eve was, came out that red. But not Lilith, right? Not Lilith, right? Nah, not Lilith. I mean, if Lilith is Sheba, is the first wife of Adam, that blows everything open, man. I told you we're going to dig on this HaWah, part of Talmudic literature, containing the narrative from the creation to the time of Esther. That's Tanakh, my nigga. All right. Most of it is parallel to the narrative of the Hebrew Bible. All right. They just talking about the HaWah and these stories that they're having with Lilith. I'll leave this for you. Book of Jubilee has genealogy that mentions daughters of Adam and Eve, as well as the wives of patriarchs. Fortunately, copies of these translations can be found. All right, good. Because we got to dig. You got the Lilith found in Sumerian poems. We've been talking about that. Let's go back a little bit. Solitary willow tree was on the bank of the river Euphrates when it was uprooted by a fierce storm, and Nana found the tree floating down the Euphrates, so she picked up the tree from the water, planted the tree in Uruk. She did so because she could later use the timber to make her pure throne, pure bed. Anana has used her foot to plant the tree and water it with care. Though the tree had grown stout and its bark had not split, it was infested with evil vermin. There was a snake at the base of its roots. Uh-oh. Here comes this snake situation, right? Adam and Eve. And she could not move with any spell. Snakes know no charm. Snake that knows no charm. There was a thunder bird, had a nest on a branch with a young, and there was also a phantom maiden, demon maiden, Lilith, that made her home at the trunk. Is this demon maiden or phantom maid, which some has translated Lilith, like in the passage of biblical Isaiah? The poem doesn't give any name to the she-demon. The demon maiden laughed happily because the goddess was powerless to remove these vermins. So that's that's that Sumerian flow. You dig? She had a throne. She thought the king had a throne sitting on water. The Queen of Sheba looked at the floor. Okay, so she, was digging on Solomon. She came in, and the whole floor, was so clear that she thought she was walking on water, my night. I mean, it's a lot to dig on, man. I mean, it gets beautiful. You see, we just getting started. Back to the HaWah, Lilith, who killed his oxen and asses. When Satan went to test Job's piety and loyalty to God, the text referred Lilith to as the Queen of Sheba. Lilith is Sheba, man. According to the HaWah about Job, it was Lilith who killed his oxen. When Satan went to test Job's righteousness and loyalty to God. Lilith is all over the place, kind of like Melchizedek popping up with Abraham, popping up everywhere, who is the priest king, Prester, Melchizedek, Melchi priest or king, Zedek priest. So priest king, and you got the priest queen, man. I mean, dig on it. Wife of Adam. And if she has been rocking all this time and doing her thing, who's Adam? And who are the daughters of Adam? Awan, huh? Awan. Yeah, we're gonna get back in that Ogam because there's some connection with this Ogam and what they're calling this HaWah. HaWah. Ogam, tree, alphabet, kind of like them dragon claws, dragon languages, pronounced Owam, right? Ogam is pronounced Owam. Got it. I mean, you see us putting this investigation in real time, man. In real time. Next time we'll start probably with this one too. This is major, but now that we got perspective of what India, superior is, we can step out of little India, and stop tripping so much, man. And we're gonna keep the fire burning as well, and get that India once ruled the Americas drop as well, man. I mean, the Prester series continues. Obviously, we got a lot to do. We still got the Parsifal, tutorial, all the romances to dig on as well, man. The Voynich manuscript, the San Banyan River, we got to find that. We got to dig on the Grand Canyon like we never dug on it before. You know what I mean? This drop, they comparing a lot of the Yuda with the India, perspective, their story. Very interesting drop, man. Very interesting drop here. We'll dig on it. We'll dig on it, man. You know me, man. I get excited when things connect, man, on this level right here. You know what I mean? And that Guayacum, remember, man, she got the Balsam connection. She got the Balsam drop. And yeah, the Guayacum is the Hollywood, my noggin. And who's the queen? Who's the queen of the Holly? And who's the queen of the Hollywood? Oh, yeah. You're just talking about her again, right? Yeah, we just talking about her again. All praise HaWah. That we could pop off, my noggin, in remembrance of the real ones. Ahab to my ox. Ahab to my aquas. This Khalifa is Sheba, the great seal of California. Hollywood, con. We gonna get it, man. All praise HaWah. Y'all keep surfing the wave and keep the water flowing for the tribe. Shalom.